I, 30F, have been with my husband Nathan, 32M, for 5 years, married for 2. We were happy until I got pregnant 7 months ago. That's when everything changed. I grew up without a father. He left my mom when she was pregnant with me. My grandparents kicked her out for getting pregnant out of wedlock. She was only 19 and had to drop out of college. She started working as a cashier at a grocery store to make ends meet. A few months before I was born, she found out she was having twins. It was tough, but she never gave up. My twin sister and I didn't know any of this until we were 16. We'd always wondered why we didn't have any other family. When Mom finally told us, it made me realize I had to step up for my family. My sister and I started working at 18 instead of going to college. I got a job as a saleswoman for a beauty company. I was good at it and got promoted quickly. I even encouraged my sister to quit and pursue her dream of writing. My mom and I put her through college when she was 22. Now she's a high school teacher and has her own blog. I'm really proud of her. I met Nathan 5 years ago at a concert. We clicked instantly over our shared love of music and fitness. He also grew up without a father. His dad passed away when he was young. We bonded over that too. On our first date, we discovered we had so much in common. We both love the same TV shows and are really into fitness. We started dating and met each other's families after 6 months. My mom and sister love Nathan, but his mother. That's a different story. From day one, she was cold towards me. I tried for a year to win her over, but nothing worked. I finally gave up and accepted that she'd never like me. Nathan and I got married 2 years ago. Everything was great until I got pregnant 7 months ago. Nathan wasn't thrilled about the pregnancy. He said it wasn't a good time because he was starting a business with a friend. He had quit his job a year ago and invested a lot of money in this new venture. He even suggested terminating it first. I was shocked and hurt. I put my foot down and said we're having this baby. He eventually apologized and said he was just nervous. A few months into the pregnancy, Nathan suggested we move in with his mother to save money. I was completely against this idea. I told him there was no way I'd live with someone who clearly doesn't like me. He got mad and accused me of never giving his mother a chance. We argued for days about it. He said since he agreed to have the baby, I needed to compromise too. I suggested we live with my mom instead, but he said she lived too far from his workplace. We discussed it for almost a week. I was tired of fighting, so I reluctantly agreed to move in with his mom. Looking back, I should have realized this wouldn't end well. It's been hell living here for the past few months. His mother treats me like a child. She has all these rules. I have to go to bed at 9 p.m. I'm not allowed to have any snacks in the house, etc. If I don't follow her rules, she nags me constantly. She says it's all because she's worried about my pregnancy and wants it to be perfectly healthy. His mother also makes me do a ton of chores, even at 6 months pregnant. She says it's good exercise for the baby. I have to do dishes, laundry, and clean the kitchen after working all day. If I complain, she goes on about how she did everything when she was pregnant and no one helped her. Nathan never stands up for me. When I try to talk to him about it, he accuses me of being biased against his mother. He says I'd be fine with it if it was my own mother telling me these things. We've had so many arguments about this. I've been miserable but staying for the baby. I want my child to have a father, unlike me. I know leaving would be easier, but I don't want my kid to grow up without a dad like I did. So I've been putting up with everything, hoping things would get better. But last week was the final straw. I'm now 7 months pregnant and finally on maternity leave. I stopped doing chores this month because I'm exhausted all the time. His mother told me I'm not welcome to live there anymore if I'm not contributing. She said I need to either do chores or pay rent. To my shock, Nathan agreed with her. He said his mother is old and can't do all the housework herself. He told me that pregnancy isn't an excuse and if an old woman can do everything, so can I. His mother then said I wasn't even paying as much as I would if we weren't living with her, so I should at least do the housework. I was in shock. I told him your loss and walked out. I didn't even pack my things. I just got in a cab and went straight to my mom's house. I broke down when I got there. My phone was ringing nonstop with calls and texts from Nathan, but I ignored them all. My mom was furious when I told her everything. She said I should file for divorce and full custody. She reminded me to ask for child support too. I was too upset to think clearly at that point. Nathan called a couple days ago saying he's sorry. He claims he didn't mean what he said and his mom was just trying to scare me into doing chores. He says he's left his mom's house and wants another chance. He said he realizes now that it was stupid to risk our relationship over this. But I don't know if I can trust him after how he's treated me these past months. How can I believe anything he says now? He's shown me time and again that he'll always choose his mother over me. I'm torn. I don't want my child growing up without a father like I did. But I also can't put myself through that treatment again. I'm worried about how I'll manage on my own with the baby. I have a good job, but being a single mom will be tough. On the other hand, I'm not sure I want my child growing up in that toxic environment with Nathan's mother. What if she treats our child the way she treated me? And can I really trust Nathan to be a good father when he couldn't even be a supportive husband? I'm also worried about the legal aspects of all this. I don't know much about divorce or custody laws. Will Nathan try to take the baby away from me? Can his mother get grandparent rights or something? I'm scared and confused. My sister says I should talk to a lawyer before making any decisions. She offered to help pay for it if needed. My mom thinks I should just file for divorce right away, but I'm not sure if that's the best move. I feel like I'm at a crossroads, and I don't know which way to turn. Part of me still loves Nathan and wants to believe he can change. But another part of me is just done with all the drama and wants to focus on my baby. So Reddit, Ida for not wanting to go back to my husband? Should I give him another chance or file for divorce? How do I protect myself and my baby legally? I need advice on how to handle this situation. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Update 1. Thank you all for your supportive comments on my original post. I really appreciate the advice and kind words. It's been a challenging couple of weeks, but I'm doing my best to stay strong for my baby. After a lot of thinking and talking with my family, I've decided to go through with filing for divorce and full custody. It wasn't an easy decision, but I know it's what's best for me and the baby right now. I finally worked up the courage to tell Nathan about the divorce and custody filing. As expected, he didn't take it well at all. We got into a huge fight over the phone. He called me horrible names and said he regretted ever meeting or marrying me. He accused me of trying to ruin his relationship with his mother and deprive him of being a father. I was furious. I told him the only reason I stayed this long was because I wanted him involved in the baby's life. But he's shown me time and again that he's not capable of being a good father or husband. I said his mother is a horrible person who made my pregnancy miserable. If stating facts counts as turning him against her, maybe she should be a better person. Nathan kept arguing, but I told him my decision was final. His behavior was only confirming I'm making the right choice. I said he's been acting like a child ever since I got pregnant, almost like he was trying to ruin our marriage on purpose. He got even angrier when I said that, but it's truly how I feel. After holding everything in for so long, I let it all out. I told him exactly where things went wrong in our marriage. We both deserve honesty and clarity after being together so long. I was ready to be truthful even if he wasn't. The call ended badly, with Nathan saying he'd fight me on the divorce and custody. I'm scared but trying to stay strong. My family is supporting me 100%. I know this won't be easy, but I have to do what's best for myself and the baby now. In a surprise twist, Nathan's sister Deborah, 28F, reached out to me yesterday. We were never close before, but she wanted to check on me after hearing about the divorce from Nathan. To my shock, she revealed some things about Nathan and their mother that I never knew. Apparently their mother has a history of being controlling and manipulative, especially with Nathan's partners. Deborah said I'm not the first girlfriend their mom has driven away. She's done this with all of Nathan's serious relationships. Deborah thinks their mom is terrified of losing control over Nathan. She manipulates him into choosing her over his partners. Nathan is aware of this on some level but can never stand up to her. Deborah has tried talking to him about it for years, but he always defends their mom. Deborah told me about Nathan's high school girlfriend, Emma. They dated for 2 years and were really serious. Nathan's mom hated Emma from the start. She would constantly criticize Emma's appearance, her family, her goals, everything. Nathan would always defend his mom, saying she was just looking out for him. Things came to a head when Nathan and Emma were applying to colleges. They had plans to go to the same school. But Nathan's mom convinced him to apply to her alma mater instead, which was in another state. When Nathan got in, his mom pressured him to accept, saying it was a better school and better for his future. Emma was heartbroken. She and Nathan tried to make long-distance work, but his mom made it impossible. She would call Nathan constantly when he was talking to Emma, saying she needed him for something urgent. She'd plan family events during times Nathan was supposed to visit Emma. Finally, Nathan's mom started spreading rumors that Emma was cheating on Nathan at college. She had no proof, but she kept planting doubts in Nathan's mind. Nathan eventually broke up with Emma, believing his mom's lies. Deborah says she feels guilty for not standing up for Emma more back then. She was younger and afraid of going against their mom too. But now she sees how toxic their mother's behavior is and wants to break the cycle. I was stunned to learn all this. It explained so much about Nathan's behavior and why he always took his mom's side. Deborah apologized for not warning me sooner. She offered to testify on my behalf if needed for the custody case. This new information has me reconsidering everything. While I'm still moving forward with the divorce, I'm wondering if I should try to get Nathan into therapy instead of completely cutting him out of the baby's life. Maybe with professional help he could break free of his mom's influence and be a good father. I have a lot to think about now. I'm meeting with my lawyer next week to discuss options. This custody battle may be more complicated than I thought. In the meantime, I'm focusing on taking care of myself and the baby. My mom has been amazing, cooking healthy meals for me and going with me to all my doctor's appointments. My sister comes over often too, helping me set up the nursery and giving me tips from when she had her kids. I'm trying to stay positive, but I'm worried about the stress affecting the baby. My doctor says my blood pressure is a bit high and wants me to rest more. It's hard to relax with everything going on, but I'm doing my best. I'm also dealing with feelings of guilt and doubt. Did I try hard enough to make things work with Nathan? Should I have left sooner? Am I doing the right thing for my baby? These thoughts keep me up at night sometimes. But then I remember how miserable I was living with Nathan and his mother. I think about how Nathan never stood up for me, how he agreed with his mom about kicking me out when I was 7 months pregnant. I know I can't go back to that situation. I'm scared about being a single mom, but I know I have my family support. And I'd rather be a happy single mom than a miserable married one. My child deserves to grow up in a peaceful, loving home. I'll update again after I meet with my lawyer and figure out my next steps. Thank you all again for the support during this difficult time. It means more than you know. Update 2. It's been a month since my last update and a lot has happened. The divorce is moving forward, but the custody situation has gotten messy. After learning about Nathan's history with his mother from his sister Deborah, I decided to give him one last chance, not to reconcile our marriage, but to get help and potentially be involved in our child's life. I reached out and told Nathan what Deborah revealed to me. I said I'd consider joint custody if he agreed to therapy and set firm boundaries with his mother. At first he was angry that Deborah had betrayed him by talking to me. But after a few days of thinking it over, he agreed to try therapy. For a couple weeks, things seemed to be improving. Nathan was going to therapy twice a week. He moved out of his mother's house into his own apartment. We were communicating better about the baby and divorce proceedings. I started to have hope that we could co-parent successfully. But then everything fell apart again. Nathan's mother somehow found out about the therapy and custody agreement we were working towards. She showed up at his apartment and apparently said a bunch of awful things about me, claiming I was trying to turn her son against her and steal her grandchild. Nathan caved under the pressure. He called me in a rage, saying therapy was pointless and his mother was right about me all along. He accused me of manipulating Deborah into lying about their family history. He said he was going to fight for full custody himself so his mother could help raise the baby properly. I was devastated. Just when I thought we were making progress, we're back to square one. I told Nathan he just proved he'll never be able to stand up to his mother and be a good father to our child. I said I'd fight him with everything I have to protect this baby from his toxic family dynamic. The custody battle is now in full swing. Nathan's mother has hired an expensive lawyer for him. They're trying to paint me as an unstable, vindictive woman who is unfit to be a mother. They're claiming I'm trying to alienate the baby from its father and grandmother out of spite. Their lawyer has been digging into my past, trying to find anything they can use against me. They're bringing up the fact that I didn't go to college, implying I'm not educated enough to raise a child properly. They're also trying to use my family history against me, saying I come from an unstable background because of my single mother upbringing. It's frustrating because they're twisting everything. Yes, I didn't go to college, but that's because I started working to help support my family. And my mom did an amazing job raising my sister and me on her own. But Nathan's lawyer is trying to make it all sound terrible. Thankfully, Deborah is sticking to her word about testifying for me. She's providing evidence of their mother's manipulative behavior over the years. My own mom and sister are also vouching for my character and fitness as a parent. My lawyer says we have a strong case, especially with Deborah's testimony. But she warned me that custody battles can be unpredictable. The judge will ultimately decide based on what they believe is in the best interest of the child. I'm trying to stay strong, but this is taking a huge emotional toll, especially being 8 months pregnant now. The stress isn't good for the baby. My doctor has me on bed rest due to concerns about preterm labor from all the stress. My mom has moved in temporarily to help take care of me. She's been amazing, cooking all my meals and making sure I'm resting. My sister comes by every day after work to keep me company. I don't know what I'd do without them. I'm scared about the outcome of this custody fight. I know Nathan and his mother have more money for lawyers than I do. But I have to believe that the truth will come out and the judge will see what's really best for the baby. I've been trying to focus on positive things to keep my stress levels down. I've been reading parenting books and watching videos about newborn care. My sister has been helping me finish setting up the nursery. We painted it a soft green color and put up some cute animal decals. I've also been writing letters to my baby, telling him or her how much I love them already. It helps me remember what I'm fighting for when things get tough. I'll update again after the baby is born and we have our first custody hearing. Thank you all for your continued support and advice during this nightmare. It means so much to know I'm not alone in this. Update 3. It's been a wild few months since my last update. My beautiful baby boy was born 6 weeks ago. The joy of becoming a mother has been overshadowed by the ongoing custody battle with Nathan and his mother. The first custody hearing was last week. It was intense and emotional. Nathan's lawyer tried to paint me as unstable and unfit, bringing up my decision to walk out while pregnant. They argued that my impulsive behavior showed I wasn't thinking of the baby's well-being. They also brought up my lack of college education again, implying I wouldn't be able to provide a good life for my son. But my lawyer did an amazing job presenting evidence of the emotional abuse I endured from Nathan and his mother. We had text messages showing Nathan agreeing with his mother's cruel treatment of me. We also had witnesses, my mom, sister, and even some of our mutual friends, who testified about how Nathan's behavior changed after we moved in with his mother. The turning point came when Deborah testified. She provided text messages and recordings showing how manipulative their mother has been over the years. She also revealed that their mother had driven away Nathan's high school girlfriend by spreading rumors that the girl was cheating, which Deborah now knows was a lie. Deborah's testimony was powerful. She described in detail how their mother had always controlled Nathan's life, from choosing his college to interfering in all his relationships. She explained how their mother would guilt-trip Nathan whenever he tried to assert independence, saying he was abandoning her just like their father did when he died. The judge seemed disturbed by the evidence of manipulation and emotional abuse. He questioned Nathan directly about his mother's influence and why he kept choosing her over his wife and child. Nathan struggled to answer, which I think spoke volumes. In the end, the judge granted me temporary full custody, with Nathan getting supervised visitation twice a week. We have to attend co-parenting classes and Nathan must continue therapy. Another hearing is set for 6 months from now to reassess. Nathan was furious about the ruling. He caused a scene outside the courtroom, yelling that I'd stolen his son. His mother had to physically drag him away. It was awful to witness, but it only confirmed for me that I'd made the right decision. I'm relieved to have custody for now, but also sad that it's come to this. I never wanted to keep my son from his father. I just wanted Nathan to be a good, supportive partner and father. Instead, he chose his mother over his wife and child every time. For now, I'm focusing on bonding with my baby and recovering from childbirth. My mom has been an amazing support, staying with me to help care for the baby. She's been teaching me all the tricks she used when my sister and I were babies. My sister and her kids visit often too, which is great. It's wonderful to see my son bonding with his cousins already. Financially, things are tight but manageable. I'm on maternity leave from work for another month. My boss has been understanding about the situation and assured me my job is secure. I'm grateful for that stability. Nathan attended his first supervised visit yesterday. It was awkward and tense. He barely looked at me and was clearly uncomfortable holding the baby. He didn't seem to know what to do and kept looking to the supervisor for help. His mother tried to come too but was turned away since she's not allowed at the visits. I heard her yelling in the parking lot as she left. I'm trying to stay positive about the visits for my son's sake. I want him to have a relationship with his father if possible. But it's hard seeing Nathan struggle to connect with the baby. I hope the therapy and parenting classes will help him become more comfortable and involved. As for me, I'm taking it one day at a time. Some days are harder than others. There are moments when I miss the Nathan I fell in love with, before his mother's influence took over. But then I remember everything we've been through and I know I made the right choice for myself and my son. I'm in therapy myself now, working through the emotional toll of the past year. It's helping me process everything and become a stronger person for my son. I'm determined to break the cycle of toxic relationships and give him the stable, loving home he deserves. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm committed to doing whatever it takes to protect my son and give him the best life possible. Maybe someday Nathan will get the help he needs and we can have a civil co-parenting relationship. But for now, I'm taking it one day at a time and cherishing every moment with my beautiful baby boy.